When we come to this reading each year, I'm struck by the contrast between Matthew's Sermon on the Mount and Luke's Sermon on the Plain. And scholars think it's the same interpretation of the same event, but seeing it separately through different eyes. And some of the contrast between it, I see Jesus in the Sermon on the Mountain just, giving it, just really passionately, but, really sort of softly. But in Luke's interpretation, I see Jesus he's on fire, and he's shaking his finger, and he's giving it with great zeal. Now, I'm too tired to do that for you today, but that's the way I see Jesus in Luke's gospel. In the interpretation of Matthew, he's only speaking to his disciples, but today in Luke, he's speaking to a huge audience. You could say that for Matthew, he's emphasizing an interior change. Bless you. Bless you again. For Matthew, he's seeking an interior change, but for Luke, it's an exterior change. It's a big social change. And of course, for Matthew, he has 8 or 9 Beatitudes. For Luke, there's 4, and then there's 4 woes. So those are some of the contrasting things, but the thing that really gets me about Luke's version is this 3 little letter word that seems to have so much power in it, and it's the word now. Luke says, now these things are to happen. For us as parents, how many times did we say, now I want you to do this? Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the week. I want you to do it now. Anybody ever said that in your life? With your kid, you probably said it till you're blue in the face, right? Excluding the wonderful behavioral child that's here today. So I'm sure you listen to your mom all the time. Luke is putting a space between us and heaven. Luke is saying, what you think is a blessing may not be a blessing. It may not be. Luke is trying to shake people up, as he's trying to shake us up today, as it's shaken me up in preparation for what I want to share with you today, looking at my own life. I like to laugh. I think things are funny at times. I have lots of comforts. And yet Luke says, maybe you're not. Luke is really looking about a change out here that we need to be working at. Luke is saying, yeah, obviously there needs to be changes interiorly, but he's like, when you look out in the world, do you see the changes that need to be made? You need to go out and do them. Not anybody else, you need to go out and do them. And Luke is really challenging us to say, some of the blessings you think are blessings, it may not be. And there's things that you shouldn't be doing, but we need to be looking to heaven. So however we hear these in our own words today, however we hear this message speaking to us our heart today, the main thing with Luke is you got to make it now. You got to make that change right now. And I wonder if we have the courage to do that in our own lives, of whatever it might be, big or small. But Luke's asking that of us, demanding of that of us today as we hear Jesus' words. So that's why we come, right? To strengthen us to be strong in faith. So let's give God thanks for his many blessings. Let's evaluate our life and make sure we know where we're going and what we are to do. And truly, let's live in gratitude for all of our blessings. But let's make those changes now and not tomorrow.